to all my teacher friends. My name is Monica Genta, and I am amped up that we are hanging out this week for another episode of the Teacher Vlog. This week, I invited Todd Bloch onto this episode. He is a middle school science teacher from Michigan, but more importantly for this episode, he is a Twitter guru. Now, you might be sitting here thinking like, Twitter, really? Like, is that real? Do people in education do that? And the answer is yes. If you aren't hanging out on Twitter, friend, what are you doing? We need to be hanging out on Twitter because it is an incredibly powerful learning platform, and I think you should be there. If you are intimidated about it or you don't know why Twitter is a thing and why you should hang out there, you need to check out this episode full of ideas, full of amazing conversation. So let's get this thing going. Here is my friend, Todd.
You know, it's like people hype me up, and it's like really the biggest thing I do is like I just know how to connect, and that's what it is. It's the power of a connection, and it doesn't have to be Twitter. Like you said, people use Instagram, Facebook. You know, some people still do phone calls. You know, email chains, listservs, all the different ways. It's just you have to as a teacher, you have to find a way to get out of the silo, as they say metaphorically, and reach out and know you're not alone, because it's like an island that you can get stuck on. And some buildings can be completely toxic, and you just get downer and you don't feel like you're supported, and you don't know if you can turn to your administrator because you don't have that trust yet. And I think Twitter, for me, has always been one of those places where everybody's equal, whether it's, you know, the biggest level authors. You know, I've connected with, you know, people that I completely respect, from Dave Burgess, Rick Romelli, you name them, and all the way down to pre-service teachers. Everybody's opinion's valued because you don't take the time to sit there, as long as it's a good one.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, some people worry about it being an echo chamber where people just bounce ideas and it resonates and reverberates with everybody. And I think one of the reasons why I have a lot of people that follow me is I try not to echo anything. I do retweet a lot of people's stuff, but I don't try to echo it. I challenge it. And I like to have that good conversation. People are like, do you get on that Twitter thing? And they're like, yeah, I just do it at conferences just to see where the cool stuff is and maybe win a prize. And it's like, oh, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
And that's the danger that I think people have. Those are the people who have like 30, 40 followers and pop in during conferences. Is you need to know why.
Yeah.
You have to get the why is I need help. The why is I want resources. The why is I want to make my life better and easier as a teacher. And then the other thing I see is people get on Twitter like, I heard it was great and I can't find anything. I think I saw that tweet today, and it's like, well, it takes time.
Yeah.
You have to know the hashtags. You have to follow people. You have to build up. You're not going to become, you know, you're not going to get to a follower mark quickly. You shouldn't worry about how many followers you have. But what you should worry about is, are you connecting with the right people? Are you following people that you like? And then, hey, I know, let's say you know me. I know Todd. I only have 100 followers. Todd's got a few more than me. So let me tag him in this and say, hey, Todd, and send him a message. Say, hey, Todd, can you retweet this? Do you have more followers? Can you share it? And that's what it's about. It's about that community of sharing and caring. And we build up. So if somebody has a message, like if I have people all the time like, hey, Todd, can you retweet this? I'm like, awesome, sure. That's a great idea. I like it. I support it. I'll hit retweet, or oftentimes I'll know somebody because, you know, I spend a lot of time on Twitter. I'll like, hold it. This person needs to see this because this pertains to them, and I'll just tag them in it.
Yeah.
And just passing it on to one person that can help somebody else is what the power of Twitter. You see something and you go, well, I don't know that answer, but I know,
I know people who do.
I know Monica does, or I know Rick does, or I know, you know, somebody, you know, like one of the bigger connections I have, Marlena Gross Taylor, is always awesome to connect with. And it's like, hey, if I don't know it, she does the Edu Gladiators hashtag. I'll just send it over to her and she'll spell it out. And all of a sudden, you know, 20 people are in that thread and they're responding to it. So you can't just think about Twitter as being, I'm going to send out here, you know, I see these people and you look through your Twitter feed and you're like, dude, you didn't put a hashtag. Good question. No hashtag, nobody tagged in it.
Yeah.
And you have 25 followers. Who's going to see that?
Yeah.
Oh, and 10 of them are your students. So you have to know that power.
And I think the point that you're bringing up is perfect, because I think that a lot of people will say, like, Monica, you're kind of connected on Twitter, and I'm like, yeah, I think that there's really great professional development that you can do on a personal level on that. And so what I have found is tons of people created their account, added a couple people, and then they didn't do anything with it, and they're kind of like, but I don't know where to go from here. So if let's say somebody made an account a couple years ago, and now they're like, I really find the value in this, but I don't know where to start. Like, what would you say to that teacher?
The best way to learn is by doing. So I would say, hey, here's a link to all the Twitter chats. There's a great Google file, all of them. Let's find one that meets your interest. What is something you really want to do? All right, and I'd find them the best Twitter chat that I understand or I know. Like if they're Mich-Ed chat, if they're middle school chat, if they're there's a sixth grade chat. There's a chat.
So there's something for everybody, honestly.
Yeah, and some of them are awesome, and some of them are like, and I wouldn't put them on. Like a lot of people try and they go, "Oh, I tried that Ed chat." I'm like, "Yeah, that's not good for your first try." Or you try like Sat chat, which is like, those are fast and
yeah, they are.
And I'd be like, let's try a smaller one. All right, let's try something that's going to go slow, or we can even do a mock one. And although I'd rather get them in live and doing something real. And that's what they have to do. You just have to do it.
Yep.
And learning by doing. It's what we do with our kids. I don't like to give them all the instructions. I like to, hey kids, here's what you're doing today. Well, I don't know. Figure it out. You're gonna get. I'm a science teacher.
Yeah, me too. I totally understand.
But make your learning public, and if that's what you're using it for, and there's great things, I present administrators, principals. I'm like, look, you went to this conference. I looked at your Twitter. You didn't even tell anybody you were there.
Yeah.
What good's that?
I love that statement. That's an awesome statement. Like, teachers need to make their learning public. Like, that's so solid.
Yeah, I mean, our world is so much about entertainment, and it's like if we're going to focus and we want to be an educated society, we need to make our education just as public as our entertainment. So, the Science Olympiad should be in a football stadium, and we should celebrate it. That was one of the things that, like, I went to my son who was in the geography bee, won it at his middle school a few years ago, and we went in and we're like in the back corner of a science lab, and they're like 6 kids and there's nobody watching. And I was like, why are we doing it here? Why can't this be a full school assembly and we can see how awesome these kids are and we can celebrate this learning? Because everybody hides the struggle and everything to look like an instant success. And using the social media tools we have, we can make learning so much visible because it's fun. It's exciting, and the stuff we do is awesome. It's like my son was so awesomely excited when he won that year, and it's like, all right, I'm going to go back to class now because there's nobody to cheer me on.
Yeah.
They sent each kid back, and it's like, so why weren't we live streaming it and broadcasting it? Because that's what we do when the football team wins. And until we do that, we're not going to have the enthusiasm about learning, and we need that. And also, I mean, for any educational leader, they got to be on Twitter, and they got to make their learning public and their actions public, so nobody says, where were you today? You weren't in school. We didn't see you. Well, right, here's record. It's public. You can send right
here's what I did. Here's what I learned, and let me share it with you.
And instead of having them have to come back and report out at a staff meeting, nobody has to do is, hey, I saved it. It's in that Wake Leak file that I can email to you. This is what I did yesterday. So I think that's the cool part about it and the powers of it. It's incredibly awesome. It's just like almost instant on-demand encyclopedia for education with reference systems and everything. That's the best thing that it helped me. It revitalized my career for somebody who was down in the dumps and struggling on a day-to-day basis. I'm re-energized. I'm more positive. I'm more connected. I'm more alive. I'm striving to be better because I see all the awesome everybody else does.
That's perfect. Oh man, I thank you so much. Like, that stuff is, I think, like, not only great tips, but also for people who are on Twitter, like, great reminders for them, because I think some people, it's that they start to feel guilty because they're not as active or they're not in this chat. And so I think that was a perfect balance of tips, but also incredible reminders for people just to get engaged and make that learning experience your own on the platform. So Twitter is basically like professional development at your fingertips 24/7. Now, you might be thinking, well, I'm already on Instagram. Okay, cool, me too. Or you might be thinking like, wait, what about Facebook? I get it, I'm on Facebook as well. But Twitter is a unique platform where professional learning is happening all times of the day. I think you should be hanging out there. Guys, here's what's up. If you need help, follow 2 people and we'll help you get started. Follow Todd and follow me, and then after that, you will get some Twitter momentum. How about this? Tweet me out. If you need help, tag me in a Twitter post and I will totally hook you up with some other people to follow. Guys, that's the cool thing about Twitter and online communities for teachers. We are all in this together. I mean, not to quote High School Musical, but like we really are. So let's hang out on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and maybe what you could do, you could tweet out this episode to your friends. Isn't that amazing how that works? Guys, I'm wishing you an amazing week in the classroom. Go in there and crush it. And I want you to remember one really important thing. Hey, you got this.